Fox Carolina First Alert Weather Day update.
That membership came in handy a couple weeks ago. We completely skipped the line on our way into the museum there. I want to briefly talk about the temperatures. We haven't talked a lot about this today, but we've got this warmer air down to our south with the warm sector of the system. Look at that 65 in Atlanta, but we're still kind of wedged in here across our area with those temperatures in the 40s. This warmer air is going to lift into our area this afternoon along with this warm front, and that's going to allow for that increasing instability, which is where our potential for severe weather starts to come from once we kind of get into the warm sector of this system later on today. But you can see this system stretching from the Great Lakes down into the Gulf Coast and out towards the Atlantic Ocean, all moving to the east here, and that's what's ushering in this rain that we're seeing pretty persistent across the area. This is headed to the east, a little bit of a tilt to the northeast here with some of that heavier rain, more steady, starting to work its way into the upstate right now. As we zoom in over Greenwood County, some steady moderate rain down into Greenwood, Abbeville, down towards Kirksey, into Chapels, out towards Newberry if you're traveling 26, down to the southeast there. We've got Anderson down to Star, out towards Sandy Cross, some pretty decent rain for you up towards Toccoa as you're traveling along I-85 from northeast Georgia into South Carolina. Clemson, Salem, Easley, Greenville, Highland, seeing that steady rain, very moderate at this point, headed out towards Spartanburg County, eventually making it to that I-26 corridor with some heavy rain just to the north and to the east of Bryson City. That's going to head towards Haywood County and I-40 there over the next little while with some rain down around Hendersonville into Brevard as well as Rosman. We also have that lower visibility out there. So the fog, even in the areas that aren't seeing rain, is reducing the visibilities out there. It's a very gray and gloomy day out there, just not a lot of redeeming qualities to this other than the fact that we desperately need the rain. Now, as we head into this afternoon, I just mentioned that we have that severe threat as we get into the warm sector of this system. 2 p.m. to 9 o'clock, there's a chance that we could see a damaging straight line wind gust or an isolated brief tornado or both there. It's a low end risk, but it's certainly something we're going to be watching for throughout the rest of the day. But that heavy rain really is going to be the most widespread, most felt potential there for us. As we head through the next couple of hours, it really fills in across the mountains with those periods of heavy rain, still kind of spotty into the upstate here. But look at this heavy rain building in by about 4 o'clock that's going to shift down into the upstate. So by 5, 6 o'clock, this is right over top of that I-85 corridor. So those of you that maybe are waiting for somebody to get home from work this evening before hitting the roads, this is going to be a rough time to start to head out. I'd wait a little while until we get closer to about 8 o'clock if you're headed to the north and out to the west, where we're drier through the mountains and even the western parts of the upstate. And then it really clears out by the time we get closer to about midnight. And that's when it's looking a little better if you're traveling to the east. Now tomorrow looks like a much better day for all of us, although there may be a little bit of redevelopment, small chance for a spotty shower on the backside of this as we head into the day on Wednesday, but much improved over what we're seeing today. The flip side of this is a mess for a lot of people traveling. We definitely need this rain though. We're looking at 1 to 2 inches of rain possible out of this, so it's much needed beneficial rain. It's just the timing on this is really not great there. The one other thing I want to mention is we do have this wind advisory in effect for our northern North Carolina counties through 6 o'clock this evening. Winds gusting to 55 miles per hour through the higher elevations with sustained winds across our entire area, 20 to 30 miles per hour, excuse me. Tomorrow, those temperatures into the 60s. Then on Thanksgiving, a high around 60, but we're waking up to those cooler temperatures into the 30s. So it is going to be a little chilly for those turkey trots on Thursday morning. 50s for afternoon highs into the mountains. And we're looking at sunny skies, monitoring that small chance for some rain for Black Friday, Haley.